Welcome back to Messy Church this week. I want to say a big hello to Olivia, Leyland, James, Bella, Lily, Lexi, Archer, Kendra, Emily, Madeline, Cameron, Lily, and Madalena, along with anyone else out there who may be watching. I hope everyone has had a happy Easter. Today's lesson is about sharing and how God and Jesus wanted us to share with everyone around us. Before we start talking about sharing, I'm going to tell you a little story of how I learned about sharing when I was a little girl. You see, I come from a really big family. There are 12 kids in my family. I have 7 brothers and I have 4 sisters. My mom and dad, right from the time I was just a little girl, taught me and my brothers and sisters to remember that we needed to share with each other and share with others. As children, we understood why we had to share our things with each other because we didn't have a lot of things when we were kids. We didn't have a lot of money or other things. Sometimes we didn't even have a lot of food. But we learned that even though we did not have a lot of things and a lot of food and stuff, there were people out there who were much worse off than we were. After a while, it became easier to share with others and help others. When me and my family helped someone who needed help or needed something and saw how happy it made them, it made us want to share even more, and I began loving to share with others. One time, when I was a lot younger, a long time ago, I went to school and it was a pretty cold winter day. There was a little girl that was a bit younger than me who came to school, but she didn't have a hat and she was standing in a corner crying. I asked her what was wrong, and she told me that her ears were really cold. She didn't have a hat because her family didn't have enough money to buy her one. I felt really sad for her, so I decided I would give her my hat. She was so happy, she smiled and she thanked me. But when I went home at the end of the day without my hat, my mom was a little bit upset. Because with our big family, we didn't have a lot of things either. But then I told her about the little girl and her situation, and my mom was very proud of me. She knew that I was just doing as she had taught me. I was sharing with others. A few days later, a friend of the family found out what I had done and bought me a beautiful new hat and matching mittens. I'd never had a new matching set of anything. Everything I had was mostly hand-me-downs from my older brothers and sisters. I was so excited and surprised. My mom explained to me that God was using me to help spread the word of His love and sharing to others because I was giving, sharing, and being kind with other people. So the Bible lesson today we're going to hear about is in the Bible, in the book of Acts, verse 4:32 to 35. In this story, men and women, boys and girls that lived back then were all excited that together they could learn about Jesus. They knew that Jesus wanted them to love each other. Jesus said that we should love others like God loves us. All the people in the church family agreed that they worked hard to show everyone that they loved them. They learned about sharing, and Jesus taught them to share everything they had with people who were in need. They realized that they could share lots of things. Clothes that are too small for you, you could share with somebody and give away. Extra food they had, tools they did not need anymore, and lots of other things. The Bible story is about a large group of people that lived back many, many years ago. This group of people learned from Jesus that He wanted us to work together and care for one another. The love they had for Jesus helped them to come together, just like we do at church now. Men, women, boys, and girls back then all wanted to learn more about Jesus. A lot of the people who were believers wanted to help others learn to love people just as God loves all of us. So they started a church, and all the church people worked hard to show the love and kindness to everyone that came. They worked hard at helping others in the church and in the community as well. No one was saying that it's mine, or you can't have it, or I don't want to share. They shared everything they had. So nowadays, there are so many people out there who have way more than they need. But we must remember that there are still lots of people in the world who need others to help them and share with them. All of you children in my Sunday school class should be very proud of yourselves with all the things you have done over the past few years. Besides sharing our things with people, we also can share our talents or time to help others. And some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you will know, for example, or remember all the crafts we have worked on for Christmas ornaments, bookmarks. We worked at a bake sale, and offered all the things that we made to the people at our church. And they all made donations of money to buy the things that we had. And we were able to raise a lot of money to help several different charities for those that needed it. I know God is very proud of us all for everything we have tried to do. Sharing does not only have to be money or things we can give people. It can also be helping others that need help fixing things, sharing with people who need food, or sharing your time with someone who is sad or lonely. Sharing takes many forms, and I am glad to say that our church is doing its very best to share our love, our talents, our kindness, and our caring for others. We really need to remember that God blesses us with all the wonderful things that we have, including our time and our talents. We need to remember we need to share these blessings and talents with other people. We need to remember not to be selfish, and we shouldn't be greedy. We need to share what we have, including our love with others who need it too. We are all God's children, young, old, rich or poor. We should thank God every day for what we have and for what we can share and do for other people. We're going to do our repeat after me prayer, and then we're going to work on some crafts. So we just need to remember from today's lesson that we really need to be kind, caring, and sharing with all those around us. So are we ready? Here goes the repeat after me prayer. Repeat after me. Dear God, thank you for the blessings you so kindly give us. Help us not to be selfish or greedy. Show us how we can help and share with others. Amen. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the crafts. The first craft we're going to do, it's called Helpful Hands Book. And what you're going to get in your bag is you're going to get a package that has some square papers and some string. It's going to look like this. And so you take this, you can take the string off and put it to the side. And what I want you to do is I want you to decorate and color. This is the cover page. So I want you to decorate and cover that. And then on each one of these hands, these pictures of hands, I want you to write on, and if some of you that are younger can get moms or dads to help you, or brothers or sisters, write on things that you can do to help people or be kind to people or anything like that. Now I'm going to write a few on here. Make my bed. Now I wrote on here, make my bed, because that's going to be helpful to your mom so that she doesn't have quite as much work to do. So you're sharing that with her. And then all I did for this is I colored, I'll just show you really quickly. I colored in the whole background. There we go, I'll just do a bit of it. I colored in the whole background in a nice color all the way around the hand, and I left the hand white. So it looks pretty. So I'll just finish this one off. And so you can just color it any way you want. If you want to just color the individual lines, that's a little trickier to do though, I think. It would take a little longer, but some of you may prefer to do that. You might want to do it in 2 different colors. And then I'm using markers, but you can use crayons or pencil crayons or whatever you have at home that would work. Okay, I'm just going to do this whole one here just to give you an idea what it looks like. There we go. Now I did that really quickly, I didn't do it as carefully as I'd like to. So there we go. I'll make my bed, and I colored it all in kind of a pinky purple color. So you're going to do the same with the other 3 cards, okay? With the other 3 cards. And then when you're finished, I'll show you the book that I did up ahead of time. Took a little more time to make it. And the one thing I want you to notice too, on the cover, it's got the words share, care, help, and love others. So share, care, help, and love others is what this little booklet's going to be all about. So you can write anything in there that relates to any of those different things. In my book that I did the cover. I did the cover in just some little hearts and different pictures. And I didn't decorate it a lot because I didn't have a lot of time. But anyways, so that just looks kind of pretty for a cover. And then inside I've got make my grandma a nice card. So that's a nice kind thing to do. I also put in that I'd help do the dishes. And then, and you can see I colored sometimes the outside and different than the inside just to make it look pretty. Share your toys with someone. If you have a brother or a sister or you have a friend over and you want to share. And then my last one I've got be kind to others. So that can be just about anything that you just show people that you're kind and you care for them. So once you get the book all colored and done, then you're going to take the string, piece of string, and you're going to put it through the back, put them all together, and then loop it through the back hole like that. And I think I'm going to do it, and then loop the other end through the other back hole. There we go. There's different ways you can do this, but I thought this was a nice way to do it. And then I'm going to take this one and loop it through the opposite hole from the front through to the back if I can get it to go through. Well, maybe it won't go. For this one, I think I'll just tie it, okay? So you loop them through the 2 holes and you can tie it. And tie it in a bow. There we go. And if you need help tying the bow, you can get mom or dad or an older brother or sister to help you. There you go. And then you have a nice little bow. You could also do it the other way. You could put the strings through the front so the bow is at the back, whichever way you like it the best, okay? So there's your Helping Hands book to help you share, care, help, love, and be kind to others, okay? So that's that project. That didn't take too long. It'll take a bit longer for you guys because I didn't color all my pages and I didn't have a lot of time to get that done. So this one is a little bit more tricky. This one's called Spring Tulips. Now I decided this craft was for the topic about sharing and helping people. And then I thought for the other craft, since it's getting to be spring soon, or I don't know, are we already in spring? Maybe. The weather sure feels like it out there. I thought we would do something a little different. So we're going to do a spring craft. So in your bag, you'll have tulips and a blue sheet of paper. So you'll take your blue sheet of paper and put it here. Now, inside this bag, you're going to have a whole bunch, 4 different colors of tulip heads, tulip flowers. And there's 6 of each color. So I'm going to take the pink ones here. And what you got to do with them is you've got to fold them in half. just like that. And then give it a good squeeze, pull it, so it looks like that. So you had it like this, it was like this, and now you have it folded in half. So you set that down on the table, then you fold the next one in half. You're going to fold each one of them in half the same way, and give it a nice big squeeze. I use my fingers and give it a good tight squeeze. So we have another one that looks like just a half a tulip, and fold the next one in half. There we go. And sometimes you might be able to fold them by putting it on the table too. It might be easier just to bend it forward and then press the fold really tight with your fingers. So there's 4 and another one. And when you make it tight, make sure that the center point gets pushed down really tight too. And the last one. Okay, whoops. And if you're having trouble getting them folded okay, again, get somebody, if you're having troubles with it, get somebody to help you, okay? So once you have them all folded, then you're going to put them down on the table so that the folded edge is facing you, okay? Then you're going to take a glue stick. I hope you guys all have glue sticks. I didn't include them in the package this time. And you're just going to rub some glue on the one side, okay? So you've got the one on the table with the glue just rubbed on the one side. Then you're going to take the next one and you're going to match it and stick it on. So it sticks on almost the same, okay? Then you're going to rub some more glue. Move this over here. Put some more glue on the top of that one. You only put the glue on the one side of each one, okay? And then stick the next one on and match it up. There we go. And give it a squeeze. And then on the top of that one, put a little bit more glue around the whole edge. And then take another one. Make sure the folded side is facing you. And squeeze it on. It's getting thicker and thicker, okay? Then we do one more. Same way, just glue on the top. And stick it on. And then you kind of, when you first stick it on, you can kind of slide them so they all stick closely together the same, okay? And then the last one, put some glue on. Okay, and then stick the last one on. So when you're done, you've got all 6 and it's like a little thick pad of them, okay? Squeeze it real tight, and you might want to let it dry a wee bit, but when you open it up, you have a beautiful 3D tulip, okay? So this one isn't quite dry, so I'm going to let it sit for a minute, but I had some that I made at home, so they'd be dry so you could see what the next steps were. So I've got a red one, see that? And I've got a yellow one that's all done, and I have a purple one that's all done. I don't think I gave you guys red ones, but well, there's one color I didn't give you, but anyways, but there's 4 different colors. Now what you're going to do, this is going to be like the backdrop of your picture. So you're going to put that down, and then you're going to take your glue, and I'm going to use, let's see, I'll use the red one first. I'm going to rub some glue on the outside of the red one on both sides. Okay? There we go. So it's just on both halves. Then you very carefully take it and open it up and stick it on paper and leave the rest of it open. Just rub those back ones on. And there you go. Look at that. You have a beautiful tulip. Just the flower. So you're going to hang each one, glue each one of these on. I'm going to show them how to glue them on to make them look kind of neat, okay? So I'm going to add some glue to the yellow one. on the one side, and then carefully rub some on the other side, and then open it up. And I'm going to stick this one down a little bit lower, so it's like it's going to be a shorter tulip, okay? Then I'm going to do the purple one. So you glue both sides. There we go, and turn it over. Glue the other side. And then open it up. And I think I'm going to glue that one right there. And I think my pink one is dry enough now where I can glue it too. So I glue the one side at the back, and I glue the other side at the back. Then you turn it over and you open it up a bit, and you stick it on. So there we go. There. So now we have 4 tulip heads. Now we just got to finish, make the picture look more like the actual flower. So what I have here, you'll have 4 stems, strips for stems. So you'll just tuck them up under the bottom, and you might want to, you can glue it on and then trim them, or you can just trim it ahead of time. I think what I'll do, there we go, I just fold it a bit and then cut it. There. So now I've got a bit shorter piece than the others. So I'm going to glue that, the back of that, and glue it on underneath the flower. Now if you can stick the stem underneath the flower a little bit if there's any room to do that. There we go. And then we'll do another one. This one's going to be shorter because the flower is not as tall. So we'll glue that one on. And again, tuck it under there a wee bit. And then we have one more. Trim that one off. Just trim it to the length, and then glue on the back of it and stick it under. There we go. And then the last one. There we go. Trim that one. And glue it on. Okay, so there we go. Now we have it a bit closer to being finished. Now what else do you think the tulip needs? What other things does a tulip have besides the flower and the stem? Yeah, you're right. We need leaves. So I've given you some leaves to cut out. So all you have to do for them is put a little glue on the back. Now this one I'm going to do kind of neat. I'm going to glue it, but I'm not going to glue the very top. I'm going to fold it over like it's bent, because sometimes you find tulip leaves are like that. Okay, so now this one I'm going to glue all the way. There we go. And then this one. And this one. And one more. And I think the shorter ones I'm going to bend. I shouldn't have bent the long one. I'm going to bend the shorter one just a little bit. There. And then This one's just going to have one leaf. Didn't make enough leaves, so I'm going to make one out of the leftover stuff I've got here. We just need to kind of cut that down to a point. There we go. And then one more here. And I'm going to cut one more of these just to make another small leaf. I will make sure that your bag has enough, your craft things have enough leaves in them. I didn't give myself enough, so there we go. There. And there we go. There's our nice spring garden. Now, if you want, you could draw a sun in the corner, or you could draw some clouds, or maybe somebody who really likes drawing a lot could draw like a tree in the background, or all kinds of different stuff, just to make it look even prettier, okay? So that is our summer craft, or spring craft. I'm wishing for summer. This is our spring craft, and I think it would look really nice hung up somewhere in your room or in your house, or it might be something your mom would like. It's spring flowers, or grandma, or somebody like that. Okay, and that's another way you can show that you care and you're willing to give something pretty like this to someone you love. Okay, so that does our crafts, and then the only other thing for our crafts, I didn't bring it with me, is a coloring picture. A picture that you can color of a tall tulip. That's the other thing. I didn't come up with any puzzles this time. I had a hard time finding any puzzles or word games for this one, okay? So now we're going to move on. As you can see here, we should maybe read some of these things. This boy with the megaphone, he says, "Everyone remember to share when you have what you have with others," okay? In the middle, it says, "Take care of others, be there for others. A good life is really about giving more than you get." And that's a good motto to have. Always try to give more than you get. Here is a pair of hands, and it says, "People have two hands, one for helping themselves and the other one for helping others." Now, isn't that a good idea? You have two hands, one can do for you, and another one can do for others. That's a wonderful saying to have. Over here, I like these guys. I think they're guinea pigs or something like that. And it says, "Even animals share and help each other." And the two guinea pigs look like they're sharing a piece of carrot. Okay? And then this at the top is the Bible story. The Bible story is about God's teaching everybody to share everything. And share all you have. Sharing is caring. When you share with people, you're showing that you care for them. And sharing is also kindness, showing people that you know how to be kind and nice to people. So that's our board for today too. So this is the end of our sharing lesson. I hope you all enjoyed the lesson, and we'll have fun doing the crafts. Also, try to remember to be kind and sharing and caring, just as the lesson has taught us. I know I try to do that all the time and be as nice and kind in that as I can with people. I sure do miss you all, and I really look forward to the time when we can be together again at Sunday school and messy churches. I'm looking forward to the time when we can do the crafts together. So I'm not sitting here showing you how to do it. We can actually work together and make them. And also, like I said before, I want to be able to start doing some of my object lessons, or as some of you guys call it, my magic tricks. I'm sure you're doing all well in school, whether or not you're going to school, you're doing school online, or homeschooling. I hope you have all enjoyed the time we've had together. I know I've enjoyed putting all this lesson together. I had a lot of fun doing these tulips. I'm going to make some for my own office and hang up. Have fun doing the crafts. Stay safe and healthy. And remember to say hello to your parents for me too. May God bless you all and your families. Remember to follow the rules of wearing your mask, keeping a safe distance, and washing your hands. Remember, you can FaceTime me or call me or message me to let me know how things are going, both with you guys and your Messy Church crafts. I would love to be able to talk to you all because I really do miss you. Wishing you all the best, and we'll see you next time. So bye for now. Take care.